Hi everyone, my name is Bieje and Biejie Chapman. I should include the last name. Anyway, welcome to this A-Step Mindful Moment. I feel honored and I feel blessed to be able to do this class with you today. But first, just a little bit about A-Step. I have a little cue card up here. You might see me looking up or down. And also, while I'm reading, if I'm sideways in any way, because I'm on a horizontal view, if you could just let me know in the comments and I will fix that, as well as if there's any sound issues. So about A-Step, we bring social, emotional, and mindfulness skills to young people around the globe. And as teaching artists, it's important that we practice these skills. And I'm reading this and I'm thinking, well, yeah, duh, I should just say that because it's exactly no cue card needed. I think it's really important that we practice these skills so that we can bring them out into the world and for ourselves. It's that image that we always see when we're taking a flight. We have to put the oxygen mask on first before we can put it on the person next to us. So all about self-care, taking care of ourselves. Let's see, do I have a comment here? Not sure how to do that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, actually, since I can't see your comments, and I apologize, if someone from A-Step notices there's any issues, if you could send a text my way, I'll probably see that. Okay, so, hello, hi. Can everyone see me okay? Thumbs up maybe, that'll work. Anyway, so get another wave. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes. Thank you so much. Okay, so, anyway, let's, feel free to adapt whatever we do today to bring it into your own mindfulness practice if you have one, to start creating one, to bring into your classroom, whether it's virtual or in person, and to your community. Please take what is coming through me. This is something that has been coming through me for quite some time. It's a mindfulness meditation stretch. So we're going to take a few breaths, and then after that mindfulness check-in, I'm going to tell you what you need, and then we'll start. So let's just start in a nice, comfortable sitting position, anything that's comfortable for you. And take just a nice inhale and exhale. My singers, if you feel like doing a lip trill, I know that always helps me relax, go for it. Take a few more moments. Okay, all right, so the things that you might need is if you find that you're on the non-flexible end, or just if it's been a while, grab yourself a winter scarf. So that's the first thing. And the second, third, and fourth are just optional. I've got a foam roller here. It helps me for any position that might be a little unstable. If I don't expect us to get into some heavy-duty leg over the head stretches, but you never know. If you've got any kind of rollers, we're going to massage. We can use our hands for that too. We might massage some of our muscles with our hands or with a roller. And this is just something that I like to pass on to everyone that I work with. And it's just 2 tennis balls and a sock. And I'll show you what I do with that later. Let me just fix my music here because it's a little wonky. Okay, see if that works. Okay, so the first stretch we're going to do is just a nice forward fold, and the way you use your scarf for this is you just wrap it around your feet. See if you can see that. Go this way so you can see that better. Wrap it around the feet, okay? And you're going to pull. Now the kind of stretching that we're doing is, I call it a passive stretch, but there's a little bit of activity within it. So this is not a kind of stretch where we're like, get as flexible as I possibly can. This is about releasing, trying to get the maximum release within the body. And in doing so, hopefully, you start to create a connection with your body. And my belief system teaches that our body is our ancestors, which of course science is starting to prove more and more every day. We carry the DNA of our ancestors in our bodies. So this is about us connecting to our ancestors, not just with ourselves, right? And we want to be very loving to anyone, whether they're ancestors or not, yes? So we're not here to beat up our bodies. So nice and gentle, easeful. Take an inhale. Exhale, and just for now, just drop your head. We're not even going to try to reach for the feet yet. Inhaling and exhaling. And you start to find with each exhale, you might be able to feel a little bit more release, maybe in your lower back, maybe behind the legs. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for an acceptance of where we are right now and allowing the body to release on its own time. Try to release your shoulders and your neck. Try not to get them involved at all. The only muscles that are involved in this stretch right now, they're not even your leg muscles, but they might be your forearms. They're just a slight pull, just to give you a little bit more stretch on each release, each exhale. A little bit more. Again, just releasing. Let gravity do a lot of work here. And if you feel that this is too much, you can also sit against the wall so that you can give your back some more support. Come up. I'm just going to do a little quick check-in to see if I can see any comments, if there are any at all, and then I'm probably not going to check anymore after this. So, looks like just a lot of waves. Excellent. I'm going to wave back. Great. Okay. All right. So this one I would recommend giving yourself some back support, especially if you're on the inflexible end. And there's different ways that we can do this. So this is your typical butterfly stretch. It's the way I'm sitting right now. I'm bringing the soles of my feet together. However, it's more important that you have your back support. There's a curve in your lower back that we want to maintain, but we want the butt up against the wall, okay? And then the shoulders can be up against the wall, but we want that curvature so I could slip my arm behind my lower back if I needed to. So, especially with this lockdown, we're all sitting too much, yes? okay? We're probably feeling a lot of tension in our hips, and that's because of being stuck in this position for many, many hours. And in order to relieve that tension in the hips, we curve that lower back. So we want to bring that curvature back the other way, okay? So that's what we're doing in that position. Now you don't have to be here. You can also be here. And then here as well. This is your opportunity to really figure out what your body is telling you. Is your body telling you this is not comfortable, but this is? You can even be here, okay? If you've got a foam roller or even a pillow, you can put that under your knee. That's also fine. And we're just going to do that roll down that we did before with the straight legs. So take a nice inhale. Don't judge yourself. Roll down, exhale. Remember, this is about you connecting with your ancestors, connecting with your family, and just accepting them where they are. Stay there. Keep breathing. We are not going to have music, unfortunately. No music. Keep breathing. Keep inhaling and exhaling. Allow yourself to observe anything you might be feeling in your body. No judgment, just observing, just breathing. And come out. Okay, good. All right, so the next stretch we're going to do is, I call it the number 4. So you're just taking that straight leg approach and you're bending one knee, almost like you're, sitting with your legs crossed, except we're not going all the way. I'm placing my ankle right above my knee, but not on my knee, just right above it. And again, you can use a pillow or something to prop up that knee if you need to. And again, it's all about the forward folds. I like to think that this is bowing to ourselves, bowing to the love within us, the love within our line, our family line, whatever that is. Bowing to whatever is going on in our lives right now. Take an inhale, exhale, and if you need to, you can use your scarf for this. You can pull. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And slowly coming up. And switching the legs. You can shake them out if you need to. Crossing the other foot over. And let's bow to just what's going on in life right now, yes? Sometimes all we can do is just bow to the moment, yes? Take an inhale. So that's really coming through right now. As mentioned, I did a card pull. 2 cards from my tarot deck actually came through right before we started. And what really came through was the unbearable, yet the beauty within accepting what is going on within the moment, not trying to fix it. Just being within this moment right now. amongst the chaos. And coming up, we'll talk a little bit about that before we end our session today. Okay, let's pay attention to our feet. So our feet really take us quite a ways, especially if you're living in any kind of urban setting. I know a lot of us watching are here in New York City. A lot of concrete to traverse. Maybe not so much these days. I know I'm doing essential grocery work, so I'm on concrete floors daily, and it takes a toll. So I really want to honor my feet. Now, if you've got a foam roller, you can put your foot up right there, and we're just going to use our hands. Nice and simple, but I want you to close your eyes. And before even massaging, I just want you to make contact with your feet. It's going to feel like you're hugging your feet. When was the last time someone or you hugged your feet? Gave them some love? And maybe for some of us, being off our feet has been a blessing. It's given our feet a chance to expand. Okay, and now we're going to take our thumbs and we're just going to gently go into the pad of the ball of our foot. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to find the in-between the tendons and the muscles that go up to the toes. Right in between there. Each one. See if you can find it. I like to, especially for my dancers out there, I like to take my big toe and pull it away and then get right in between, underneath big toe and the second toe. We're going to come up to the arch, right on the top of the arch. Just give it a nice rub. And with the thumbs under the arch, please give yourself back support if you need it. And now the heel's a little harder to do. You can use your thumbs, but if you do have a roller of any kind, you can just put it right underneath, put your hands behind you, and just press down. And I know you can't see my feet. There we go. A little bit better. This does work better standing. If you do it standing, please hold on to something secure. Okay, let's do the other foot. Again, let's just make a loving contact. And of course, for some of us that we've been more on our feet than we ever have, even as a dancer, I think I've never been on my feet so much as during this quarantine, this pandemic. And the blessing in that for me has been more awareness of where my misalignments have been, how I've been walking, what part of my feet are making contact with the floor. Let's go into the pad of that ball of the foot. Try to keep your eyes closed as I'm speaking so you can really, really get rid of all the distractions around you and really focus in on what your body is telling you. Keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Let's go for the arch. top part. Under the arch. And from heel. Getting a little harder to get to. It's all that heel ball toe walking. You'll see me at work going on releve, rising up on the balls of my feet constantly, just to alleviate the heel. Okay, one last thing with the feet. We're gonna take our Achilles tendon, which is right behind our ankle, right here. And we're gonna take our thumb and our second finger, and we're just gonna go in there and lightly massage right under. It might lead up to the calf if that's what your body's telling you it needs. Go for that. When we do these little massages, it's not like going to the spa. Yes, we'd much rather have someone else doing this, but what this is doing, it's letting our body know that it is safe to release. And I highly recommend this if you have any anxiety or panic during this time, to go into a particular muscle in that moment and give it a little, hey, it's okay, it's safe. It's safe to release. Actually teach my kids this too. My students, I should say. Okay, let's go for the other Achilles tendon. Your thumb and your second finger, you're getting right in between, right underneath. Inhale and exhale. It's safe to release. At this moment, it is safe. So, at any time during the rest of the stretches for this session, if you feel a little twinge, a little spasm in your muscle, there is nothing wrong with, and I encourage you to take your hands and go in to wherever that muscle is and give it a little, it's okay to relax, it's okay to release, because it will release. You'll be amazed. Okay, all right, we're gonna do, this is like a number 4 stretch, but it's to the side. So I just got one knee bent and one leg straight. And we're just gonna turn and use your scarf if you need to. You can wrap it around that foot. Let's take an inhale and exhale and roll down. Remember, we're not working really hard for this. We're allowing Mother Earth to pull us down. If your knee starts to bother you over here, you can release that, bring it out a little bit, or you can keep it to the side. That's also an option. You're going to feel this in your lower back. You're going to feel this in your hamstrings. You may feel this in your big toe. All is good and welcome. And slowly come up. And let's switch our legs. Use your scarf if you need to. I'll show you how. Take an inhale Release your shoulders, release your neck, roll down. You could feel this right up into your neck. It depends. And everyone has one side that works harder than the other, that gives more, takes more from the world. Oh, not sure, but I lost your video. I'm not sure what happened. Okay. We're going to work now on our side. So again, really having a nice back support. Okay. The sitting position can be very, crisscross applesauce. You can be stacked if you want. You can do your legs out. I would recommend that you don't have your legs in front of you, okay? So a little bit more support to the sides. I like to do the crisscross applesauce. We'll get all our tools out of the way. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Try to get that lower back, your buttocks against the wall. Your lower back, you have that natural curve. Your shoulders are almost in contact with the wall or complete contact. You're going to put one hand down to the side. You're going to take an inhale and lift your arm up over your head. And as it goes over your head, you're going to slide the other arm down to the floor. Try to keep the buttocks of the lifted arm in contact with the floor the entire time. We don't want to try to lift up our butt. And just allow the release to happen in those ribs. Whew. Breathing. Enjoying the sounds of New York City if you can hear them. Brooklyn in the house. And slowly come up. Oh, I see some hearts. Yay! Let's go the other way. Take an inhale. Exhale and slide the arm down. Oh boy. Yeah. So my hope is that you will take some of these stretches with you today and do them on your own and follow the breadcrumbs of what your body's telling you it needs, yes? It doesn't have to be in the order that I'm giving these stretches to you. It doesn't even have to be these stretches. Your body's wise, and it has carried you through this life, and you have survived so far. Think about that. Your ancestors survived so you could survive. You're here, and you're here for a reason. And up. Oh, shake those arms out. All right, in this crisscross position, well, first of all, let's shake out our legs. Also, before our next stretch, let's make some contact with our hands. Touch is very important. And if you don't have a partner in your life, what do? Well, yeah, you make contact with yourself, yes? And it doesn't have to be sensual. And of course that's beautiful, yes, when it is. But I'm talking just making contact, letting your body know you're here, you're listening, and you love your body. Because what would we do if we didn't have our bodies? We'd be floating around, just energy, Just make contact. Let's make contact with our belly. A lot of stomach upset right now. Really hard to digest what's going on, yes? And so we see that with how our food is digested. Just give some love. Okay, let's go back into that crisscross applesauce if you can. And again, we're going to take another roll down. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll down. If this is not a comfortable position for you, please prop up something under your knees for more support. Release that lower back. And coming up. Okay. One more stretch before we start to wrap up with a little bit of a meditation. We're going to reverse. We've done a lot of forward folds, and I want to reverse that with you. We're just going to do a nice and easy baby cobra. Okay? And all it is, we're just going to be on our bellies. We're just going to press our hands into the floor. We're just going to press up. It doesn't have to be all the way up. It can be on your elbows. If that's enough for you, it's enough for me. And just inhale and exhale. From there, let's bend our knees. Go into a child's pose. And back down to your belly. Again, another cobra or baby cobra. Let's come back to a sitting position. Let's have your legs out to the sides. Not a big split, just something that's, it's almost like the back of a picture frame. I like to picture it. Your legs are just out there to support your torso so you can sit up nice and tall. And we're just going to focus on the neck. We're just going to nice and gently tip our ear down to our shoulder. And as you're there, I'm just going to breathe. Inhale and exhale. And coming up and to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Try to always exhale as you go into a stretch. And coming up. And now this time we're going to do the same, but we're going to take our hand and reach to our shoulder. You need to pull your shirt down a little ways to get a little bit more traction, or maybe having a shirt on would be better. But we're going to take our fingers and we're going to just gently pull down and take an inhale and exhale, and they'll drop the opposite ear down to the opposite side. If you want a little bit more of a pull, again, be very gentle here because your neck muscles are not there to be overstretched, which is why they get so tense so easily, because we use our neck muscles to breathe when we're tense instead of our belly. They're very teeny tiny, long muscles and tendons. We don't want to overdo it with work or with stretch. And release. drop the opposite ear down to the opposite side. Apply a little bit of pressure if you feel it's safe to do so. Again, this is your family, your friend, your partner. I tell my dance students, go ahead and release, that their body is their first dance partner. Honestly, the first dance partner would be being in the womb, yes, and you're the person who is carrying you, yes. That's probably your first dance partner, but then again, it's still your own body. So, I don't know, chicken or the egg, right? But just thinking about your body as being your partner in life. Would we ever push our partner to do things they're not ready to do, yes? So when you're stretching on your own, again, keep that in mind. Let's take an inhale. Let's do that arm up over our head. We're going to stretch over our leg. And if any of you are a bit more flexible and would like a more intense, not intense, a deeper and even more mindfulness stretch, please let us know in the comments. Take it up and go on the other side. Inhale. I'd be happy to do a more deep level stretch practice for anyone who needs it, especially for our dancers who tend to push through their stretches. Yes, you know who you are. Our bodies are definitely our partners, yes? Oh, so nice. And up. Okay, let's do one more forward fold. One more forward fold. We're going to do that straight leg stretch again. Use your scarf if you need it. Inhale, exhale, roll down. All right, if you can bring yourself to just a nice and easeful position on the floor, you're laying down, your arms are out your sides. I will demonstrate the laying down part, but then I'm going to sit up and help guide you through meditation. So I'm just going to lie down with my legs slightly apart, my arms slightly apart. You probably can't see it, actually. But just try to have space between your arms and your legs, palms facing up. Shoulders are down. Keep your eyes closed. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. I can't tell you how wonderful this was to be able to do this with you today. It was as much a gift for me as I hope it was for you. As you are lying in, I believe they call it savasana in yoga, I just want you to allow yourself to just observe where your body is now. Does one side feel different from the other? There's no judgment. We're just here to be aware. And as you're in this more relaxed state, probably more relaxed state than you've been in all day, I just want to tell you about the two messages that came through Just a disclaimer, I do use the Rider-Waite Smith deck, which is not the most evolved deck. So I do ask for guidance from my guides, from my ancestor healers, to pick up the correct messages that are trying to come through. I pulled the Seven of Wands and the Four of Cups. And what this says to me, first of all, the Seven of Wands, there's a man standing, what looks to be like he's standing on the top of a mountain or a cliff, and there are six wands sticking up below, through the card up to him. You can't see anyone except for this man, and he's fighting these wands off with the seventh wand. The number 7 is a very important spiritual number. It's all about really connecting to your spiritual self. And some people could say, oh, this card is about the war going on around us. But really, to me, this is a card of the war within us and the unknowns that are around us. And right now we are so within the unknown. And yet this man has the strength of his spirit to know that he is higher than anything around him. And the sky is very blue above him. It's a beautiful blue sky. He's got a green tunic on, which to me really represents prosperity. So through the struggle, possibly a prosperity of spirits and growth. And the second card, the Four of Cups, there's a man sitting against a tree. There are 3 cups in front of him, and 1 cup that's being offered to him from a cloud with a hand sticking out of that cloud. And he's got his arms folded and he's looking down. He's not looking at the cup. And for me, this is that, do we want to accept this moment of chaos around us and maybe the blessings that could possibly come from it? What are we learning about ourselves right now? Are we learning how strong we really are? And how beautiful that could be. Again, we are survived. We are surviving, and I think we're learning to survive with less than we thought we could. That blessing that comes from realizing our strength. And again, the sky is very blue around this picture. It's a very positive scenery around. If we can just look up and see that cup, that emotional growth that's happening within us. Let's take another inhale. And we are wrapping up. I hope that is a blessing to you. I hope that there is some beautiful strength that you are discovering within you that you didn't know you had. Or maybe you knew you had, but you just needed to experience it. Everyone, have a wonderful day. Please let us know if you'd like to do this class again or any requests.